Okay. I just want to I just want to say a little something on this. Okay, I'm watching this video. It's called Pastor Michael Todd Members Speak Out. Now, the young lady, I'm not here to talk about her or what she went through. I just want to bring it in as a how can I say, as an understanding to what my video is going to be about. I'm not going to be talking long or whatever. Just going to get to the point, and that's it, because I want to finish it, because I want to see what happened. So there's a young lady apparently that goes to Pastor Michael Todd's church, and she was in a bind, and she went and asked for help, and they turned her down because there is a qualification, financial qualification, in order to get help from them. Right? You had to be a partner, etc., etc. Go out. I'm finished, okay? And then the young man that's actually doing the video, he said the same thing happened to him. That whatever church he went to, he hearing them talking about they gave this person money, certain amount of money, they helped this person's house from being foreclosed, or however it is. But when he went, I didn't finish going to his story. I didn't finish hearing his story. But that's I'm bringing that in to say what I need to say. What I found out, no, I don't want to start it that way. God does not like for leaders to use his flock. If y'all remember, I did a video where what God has said about someone in particular and what they was doing in reference to lording over his flock. And God didn't like it, and God was going to get them, right? And that was for all leaders. So God doesn't like the leaders to take the money that the members are giving them. Now, maybe they do fix up the church, but I'm presuming that they may be keeping the money. So for somebody to have to be at a financial level in a church in order to get help from the church is not one of God's principles. As the gentleman said, Jesus healed a lot of people, brought people from the dead, made blind eyes see, made lame walk, and he did not receive no money. In some situations, he went looking for him. For instance, Nicodemus. He said, "Come on down. Today I shall abide at your house." So he didn't even pick particular people to be with. That's why when people say, "Come out from among them and be ye separated," they don't even know the meaning of that verse. It's actually talking about unbelievers. And be not equally yoked with unbelievers. That's the people that don't believe the same thing that you believe. God don't want us to interact with them. Yeah, you can, if you want to be friends with them, be friends with them. But don't let them taint your belief. So God is not pleased of leaders that are taking the members' money. And even if they ain't no member, if they come to visit, and you get up there asking, "Oh, who got $100? Put it in, God bless you." And they not even your member, go up there and put $100 in. and God forbid something happens to them later on in life, they not a member to your church, and they come to you, not to collect their $100, but come to you for help. And you want to go on the rosters, you remember? No. When the last time you was here? Such a time, 2 years ago. How much money you put in? Oh, $100? And you're asking me for $1,000? Or even if you're asking me for $200? You done been going for two. No, that's not God's will. If he said in his word that he's not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance, who is we to pick who we help? Now, since we on this subject, I will talk about the tithes. I say a lot of times, a lot of my videos, it comes up, maybe I got into it, maybe I didn't. But since we're talking about money, and since this video has came up, we are no longer under law, we are under grace. And people have a tendency of making you feel guilty when it comes down to tithes. I heard a video where somebody said that we ain't got no business paying tithes. Now, understand what he said, what she said. In other words, we are not supposed to be picked out purposely as a saint to pay tithes because of a verse in the Old Testament, which is Malachi. Because of Malachi, people use that scripture to make people feel guilty of not paying tithes and to make them pay tithes even if they don't have the money to pay. Now, I understand that whatever money you get, God gave it to you. So they say, well, whatever money you get, God gave it to you. You're on public assistance, God gave it to you. So you're supposed to give him money. You're supposed to pay 10% of that money. No, that's not what it said. 10% of your earnings. So then you got to, how you get what somebody gave me my earnings. I didn't work for it. I didn't do anything for it. They even got now that I don't even think that they can put certain age people out there to work for their check. Oh, that's been out for a long time. I've been on public assistance for many years. And I would have to get up early in the morning, be somewhere by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, to do a job that I only was getting $100 and something every 2 weeks for. But the work that I was doing was worth a paycheck of $700. Yeah. So what did they do? They add the program with the parks. They add the program of different programs that you can work with, get internship. Oh, the city was doing all types of things. But you know what they was doing? They was gassing us up. And I'm one to tell you, gas me up big time. Every single day I would get up, put on me some heels, looking like I'm going to church. And I ain't get no job. That's when when people would start talking about people was lazy and didn't want to work and they got all these programs out there. They didn't know what they was talking about. They had no idea what they was talking about. And at that time, I would get very offensive and I'd be like, you know what, y'all got jobs, so just keep working. Cause it's gonna come time y'all ain't gonna be able to work and y'all gonna have to sit down and wait for a check. Ta-da! I believe that's what they're doing now. Right? And people feel like because they work 40 and 50 years to retire, oh, they should get some balloons. They should get some, whatever it is that they should get, recognition. They should be on top of the world because I don't work and now I'm retired. So I feel good because I retired. I ain't got to go to work no more. So I sit back, just like somebody on welfare, sit back and work for a check. You ain't working no more. Oh, well, that's the money I worked for. Yes, that's the money you worked for, but you're doing just what I'm doing. Just like you sitting down waiting for a check that you worked for, I'm sitting down waiting for a check that I didn't work for. So you are more obligated to give 10% of your money due to the fact that you work, And I got to give 10% of, you're telling me I got to get 10% of my money that I ain't even worked for. God was gracious enough to allow me to be able to get it. So therefore, that's where it comes in the New Testament, where it says God loves a cheerful giver. He prefer for people to give money cheerfully than to feel like they got to give it by obligation. And that's where the issue is coming with. Because now people sitting back, seeing you taking their money and giving it to other people. And then when they come to ask you for something, they can't get it. Sitting back, seeing you with a pantry, and you giving the food to everybody that work, and people that ain't even working, they can't get no food. Oh, well, y'all get food stamps. Yeah, we get food stamps, but the government and the city got pantries open for people like us, because they know that we on, y'all talking about, people talk about they on a fixed income. We ain't even on no fixed income, because our income ain't fixed. It ain't guaranteed that we going to wake up tomorrow and we going to have, or should I say, the next 21 to 28 days, we going to have a check. Right? And yeah, people may say, oh, well, you save money. No, the society that we live in today, if you ain't working, they going to make you ask for help. They're going to put you in a place where you have no other choice. But you got to look at it like, this is how I look at it. God has the people out there to help his people. He understands every situation. He knew why I didn't work. He know why the next person didn't work. He know why the man that's a bum on the street wasn't working. He knows all types of things. He know the reasons for everything. And the good thing about it, he don't hold it against people. Even though I worked. So people don't look at the time when I worked. When I was making good money and coming there giving my $700 worth, giving my $700 in Tide, and I couldn't even get a bag of a pantry food. But see, God looks out for his own. So God is not pleased how leaders, because these are leaders, they talking about the leaders, how leaders are treating the flock. Now, whether it's God's flock, if you professing that you are a leader sent from God, if you are professing that you are a leader sent from God, then that means that you are leading a flock of God. If you sent from the enemy, then that means that you are scattering the sheep. Because you putting your own agenda together. You listening to what the enemy telling you to do. And unfortunately, your flock is listening to you. Because they think that you are being led by God. But from what I'm hearing, I haven't finished it. I got to look it up and see. But from what this person was saying, not the person that couldn't get the help, the young lady, the man that's actually doing the video, he said that this pastor stepped down. I'm telling you, people ain't want to believe me. God is getting tired of these leaders. He's about to do, no, they make fun of us. Oh, we talk about it going to be a big revival. Oh, they laughing at it. They may not even be around to see it. That's why they laughing. Don't undermine what God says to somebody that you don't believe is his person or his leader or his prophet. Don't undermine what they say. You better listen. Somebody come to you that you ain't paying attention to, that you think ain't a servant of God, you better listen to them. They tell you God said such and such, you better listen. If he said God said to do so and so, you better do it. Because the life you save may be your own. So God is going to have a new revival. New people going to start coming in. All them people that was scattered underneath these leaders is going to start coming back. But see, before they start coming back, God got to start getting the house in order. He got to start getting these leaders in the right place. Now, he don't necessarily going to get rid of all the leaders, but if that's what have to be done, that's what have to be done. But he's not telling me to say that he's going to get rid of all of these. No. Still will be some leaders that will come into play, that will do the right thing and prepare themselves and prepare others for these people that's coming in. Oh, my God. Let me let my cat out. See him? Where he at? See him there? Wait. See him? He trying to tell me that he want to go out. All right, come on. We going. He wanted to get out. So, so listening to this story is real sad to hear that this, I already know what's going on. I already know that it's going on. But just to hear the outcome of it, And they saying that this leader stepped down for whatever reason it is. God ain't playing. God is not playing. If you did, see, let me tell you something. The time during the COVID and now it's after the COVID, the people are really serious. Those that are serious is really serious about serving God. Is really serious about knowing God. Is really serious about coming to God. Is really serious about salvation. They want to know the real thing. They want to know the truth. They tired of these leaders telling them lies. You put this amount of money and you gonna get this and that and other. You gonna get a house. What happened? You get evicted from your apartment. You put this amount of money in, you gonna get a car. What happened? The car you got broke down and they ain't even helping to fix it. Oh, put this amount of money in. Ooh, your bank account gonna overflow. What happened? You got a negative 999.999 and you don't even know how it happened. Oh, maybe you wrote a check and gave it to them because they were supposed to give the money back. You see what I'm saying? God is tired of the scamming that's going on in the churches today. These leaders are scamming underneath the name of God. And God said, thou shalt not take the Lord thy God's name in vain. So you got to even be careful when you say, oh my God. I'm trying to train myself with that and say, oh my gosh. Because we got to be very careful. What God say is what he means. He means what he said. So you over here and you saying this to these people, and some of these people don't know. Just like they don't know you from Adam or Eve, they don't know nothing about God. They come into their church, they come into your church because they being drawn to come to church. Some of them is searching, trying to find. Okay, there's the song. Trying to find God. The song came to me. Let me see. Jack, how'd I go? Searching, keep on searching till I found them. I keep on searching, keep on searching till I found them. Change my feet so I can walk right. Change my mouth so I can talk right. Change my heart so I can live right. I can say yes, I can say yes, I can say yes. I found the King of Kings. I was trying to get the song. A long, long time ago, my heart was troubled in sin. My head bowed down in sorrow. The devil had me wrapped in sin. When I started to seek salvation, I had a hard time resisting temptation. But I kept on searching till I found the King of Kings. Let me sing it one more time. I'm singing it for you. A long, long time ago, my heart was troubled in sin. My head bowed down in sorrow. The devil had me wrapped in sin. But when I started to seek salvation, I had a hard time resisting temptation. But I kept on searching till I found the King of Kings. Now I'm trying to think. A long, long time ago, my heart was troubled within. That's what it is, right? My heart was troubled within. My head bowed down in sorrow. The devil had me wrapped in sin. And when I started to seek salvation, I had a hard time resisting temptation. But I kept on searching till I found the King of Kings. Dum, dum, dum. I kept on searching. It was a quiet song. Searching. Kept on searching till I found them. Kept on searching. Kept on searching till I found them. Change my, wait a minute. Change my mouth so I can talk right. Change my feet so I can walk right. Change my heart so I can live right. I can say yes. I can say yes. I found the King of Kings. So this is what's happening. We're living in that time now. Since the COVID has came, since a lot of people have died and lost their loved ones. Well, I can't say died and lost because those that died is dead. They don't know what's going on. But those that have lost their loved ones due to COVID, due to other situations, other ailments, things that they're going through now, they are looking for a release. They are looking for a release. They are trying to find peace of mind that they can't find. And the leaders is up here playing around. They don't want to introduce salvation. Some of the leaders come from backgrounds that tarry for the Holy Ghost. And they don't even want to introduce it to their church. Because they want the easy way out. They want the big church. Not the big church. They want the big congregation, the mega church, and the money. But they don't want nobody saved. Because then if people get saved, they know they're going to leave their church. Instead of just getting the souls right and allow God to keep them. Once the flock is brought in, then the leader, the shepherd, teach the flock. Take care of the flock. Love the flock. I don't understand what these leaders think their job is. I don't know what they think their job is. They're supposed to be a shepherd. What they don't even know. What? Is that because they need to be on a farm? Because they wasn't raised up on a farm, so they don't know what a shepherd is? Read St. John's. What is it, 15? No, that's I Am the True Vine. What is it? St. John's 14? No, that's Let Down Your Heart in Trouble. So it must be St. John's 10. About to find out right now. I got to go to the Word. St. John. Not even Saint, it's John. Let's see if it's 10. He said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. That's John 10. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them. And the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. This parable spake Jesus unto them, but they understood not what things they were, which he spake unto them. Then said Jesus unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers. That's what they doing. That's what they doing. They thieves and robbers. All these leaders that are not sent by God, that are not called by God. God did not send them to preach. God did not send them to go open up no church because they mama or papa had a church and the mama and papa died. Now they inherit the church, but they ain't inherit the salvation. They inherit it from God. So now they got this church. They got this mega church. They got all these people in here, and they leading the people the wrong way. And prayerfully and hopefully they get connected the right way so they don't wind up going to the wrong place, to hell. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, and that's what they doing. They robbing the people. They stealing God's money, doing what they want to do with it. Now, some of them have the audacity to put up a front and fix up their church, make their church look all nice and got their vans and go pick up the people. Oh, they doing all that so they can cover up that they thieving money on the side. And some of them taking the money, ain't even doing nothing. These small churches, the leaders taking the money and you don't see nothing going on with the church. The old folks got to almost slip and slide to get to church. They got to spend their little bit of money that they got to wait for from a check that they ain't worked for to try to get to church. And then if they don't make it to church, then they getting bawled out. Why you ain't coming to church? You're supposed to be saved. You love the Lord. You don't love no Lord. Everybody talking about they love God. They don't love God. I used to say that. But just like I've learned that people love people in ways that is different from the next person, ways that are different from you, different from how I love. I had to accept they love. That's putting criterias on your love. People don't love you the way that you feel that you should love, then you want to degrade them and talk about them and say they ain't loving you or they don't love. They don't know how to love. So because people ain't loving God how you think that they should love them, then they use the scripture, oh, the Lord said, the Bible said, love the Lord thy God with all my heart, with all your soul, and with all thy might. How do you not know that person's not doing it? Because they ain't coming to church? Because they ain't paying tithes? Oh, because if you love God, you're supposed to pay tithes. If you love God, you're supposed to come to church. But who's to say the person, that the time that the person coming to church, something happened and they can't get to church? And they can't get to church for a while. Who is to say that they were getting money and something happened now and that welfare check stopped? That welfare check stopped. So they're not getting that welfare check every 2 weeks. So now they can't pay that tithes every week. And I'll never understand why people feel like they got to pay tithes every Sunday. You get a check once a month and you got to pay tithes every Sunday? I'm not getting that. That's why that's why they don't have no money, ain't getting no money, ain't keeping no money. Because if they leave the tithes how it is, I think even in the Bible, they came together what? Every so often to pay taxes. They came together ever so often to pay they tithes, to give their sacrifice to the Lord. So who gets paid nowadays every week? Nobody get paid every week. I mean, I'm not going to say nobody. I'm just talking about, hypothetically speaking, the jobs of the day, depending on what type of job it is, you get paid every 2 weeks. You see the bulk of your check at the end of that 2 weeks. And then you get to see the bulk of your money when you do your income tax. So now they want you to pay tithes every Sunday. It should be every other Sunday tithes should be paid. I mean, I'm just thinking about it now. It should be paid. Tithes should be paid. If they're going to put it like the Malachi thing, they should do the tithes every 2 weeks. Just like people get paid every 2 weeks. And that week, that is not a tithe week. If somebody feel like they did get paid or they want to give some extra money, then they give some extra money. You probably would get more money every 2 weeks than you would get every week. So if somebody is paying $70, right? Let's say somebody's paying $70. That's $700 that they get by the week. But let's say that $70 is what they get for the month. No, for the 2 weeks, right? So now next week they paying another $7. They lying because they didn't get that. They got paid every 2 weeks. The end of the 2 weeks coming into the Sunday, because usually you get paid on a Thursday or Friday. So that Sunday you come in with your $70. That's for the 2 weeks that just went by. Now you come back next Sunday and you pay another $70. Where that $70 coming from? You are actually taking money out of something that you need to pay. I mean, let's be realistic. Let's break it down now. So if you had to pay $150 towards something, but you can't pay it because somebody's telling you got to pay your tithes every Sunday. So $70 is coming out, right? So that's $140 that you paid for 2 weeks. The first week was 70. Every 2 weeks. Okay, let's put it like that. The first week you paid $70, and that was supposed to be for 2 weeks. The next Sunday you pay another $70. That's supposed to be for 2 weeks, but you ain't worked 2 weeks. You only work 1 week. So now you pulling out an extra $70 from somewhere that you probably don't really got. So now when you calculate it, now here's the thing. I ain't knocking nobody for paying their $70 every week. I'm making a point here. So now when you calculate that $70, let's go to the calculation. Right? And we're going to put it, how many days in a month? There's 30 days in a month, right? We ain't going to count that 31 day. So you put $70 every week, which stands for $700. So $70, so let's times that by 30, right? So 70. Yeah, because if it's every week, right? Oh, that's not 30 days. So we're going to say, 70, right, let me get it right. $70 by each week. There's 4 weeks. So we're going to do 70 times 4. No. I got $19. I know 19,000. I know that ain't right. $70 times 4 weeks. They got $280 out of you for that month. So now we're going to take $280 and we're going to times it by how many days? We're going to times it by 30 days. Because $280. Wait, let me get it right. That's $280 by the month. And we're going to take $280 and times it by the year. That would be by, 12? Yeah, 12, right, by 12. That's $3,360. If I did the calculation right, that's the price. If I didn't, those are the numbers. So y'all do it. But this church got $3,360 from one individual. This is one individual. Really? Okay. So they got $3,360 for the year, right? So that's how much they get annually by one person, from one person. Now, let's go with somebody like me. Okay? Let's say I pay $20 each Sunday, right? Because I only get $200 every 2 weeks, right? So here I am giving $20 times 4, right? That's 1 month. They got $80 out of me. So now let's take $80 and times it. $80 is the month, and times it by 12. That's a year. They got $960 out of me for the year. So now, why? And I'm just speaking in general, not just in general. If this is the money that a church is getting from someone like me in their audience, and for somebody that's getting paid $700 every 2 weeks, and they collecting $70 from this person every Sunday, why is it that the church is not looking nice? Why is it that the old folks can't get to church? There's no transportation. Why is it that there's no petty cash that's set aside for these old people that can't get back and forth, because you ain't gonna go pick them up with your luxury car because it's way out your way? So why can't you put money aside in a petty cash and set it up where these people can have a cab? You calculate how much it is, even if you want to calculate it out of their paycheck. Right? So everybody, here's how you put the petty cash aside. Everybody that pay their tithes, whoever is the treasurer, whoever's the secretary, whoever's doing the books or whatever, they calculate each individual paycheck by taking maybe about, depending on their distance. So let's say for my distance is $60. So if I'm only paying $80, 2, 4, 68. If I'm only paying $80 a month, $80 out of that, $60 out of that $80 will go towards a cab whenever I need it. That goes into the petty cash. You follow what I'm saying? So all of this is calculated, deducted. Somebody from $70, somebody paying $70 for their tithes every 2 weeks. Every week they paying $70. What I said they bring into the church. They got $70, and you times that by 4, which is a month. They bring in $280. So let's say somebody lives in Brooklyn and they live, maybe their cab fare is going to cost $30 or $40, the most $40. So you take $40 out of their $280. So that means you take the 40 from the 8. So that means they bringing in $240 each month. And $40 out of that check is going into petty cash. So they deduct all of that. Every time they do the books, they take that money out and they put it in a petty cash, whatever they call it. I used to work in a job where they had a petty cash, and I was in charge of it. So they have a little bank or whatever they want to call it. At that time, they had this little thing. It come over like that, and the lock is on it. And they put it in the office or wherever they put it. So now you got money to the side. Now you got money to do other things with. But that money is supposed to be to get people to and fro from church. And if you don't ever use it, or the person don't never need it, or you think the person don't never need it because you're the one who's doing the book, so you'll know, you put that money to the side. Next thing you know, it'll be done accumulate, and you be able to buy a van. Now you don't have to. Now mind you, now here's the catch. You still taking that amount of money out. But that's going towards the gas. So that way people ain't got to be paying no gas. Right? For the van. Because you taking the money out. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's paying for whatever needs done. Now you see what you did? You done did something for the Lord. You done got a van. Now you go and you think about something else the church need. Okay? Let's say, for instance, the church need a new drum. You got a drummer, right? You know who playing the drum. So whoever whatever tithes that they're paying, you, if let's say they only making, like me, the $20. So they take out, what was it? They supposed to take it out? For the drum, I play the drum. Whatever it is, you look and see how much a drum costs. You want a nice, good drum. Let's say a good drum costs $1,000. Right? So you take out of my tithes $10. You take out the next drummer tithe, because they most likely making more money than me, because I'm sitting back waiting for my check, because I'm lazy. I'm not doing nothing. So I'm sitting back waiting for my check. Okay? So this person that's working, they're a drummer. So they making more money than me. So maybe you take out $40 and put it to the side. Right? And then you start taking love offerings. You start to say, we're gonna take up a love offering. Right? I don't know. I'm not being, in my head, I'm not being led to say what it's for. You know? I'm just like, we're taking love offering. Anybody that feel like they want to contribute money to the church, extra money to the church, instead of putting it in their tithes office, put it in this. I think there was a time we used to do that. We used to have a pen just for love offering. And they take that money, that love offering is going towards the drum set. Now when they get enough money for the drum set, now they go to the drummer. They don't go buy the drum because they don't know nothing about no drums. Right? They give it to who's in charge. So, all right, you the drummer? All right, here goes some money. Go buy the church a new drum. Boom! They ain't got to know that they money paid for it, because you ain't telling them nothing. You ain't got to get up there and ask, oh, the church need a drum. Y'all need to do this, do that. No. Anybody that are led by the Spirit, they are the sons of God. Now you got a new drum. Do you see? We done got a van and we done got a drum. And now you keep that perspective and keep doing it that way. And next thing you know, we'll have a new organ, or the organ will be tuned. We'll have new rugs. We'll have new fans. We'll have new sticks. We'll have new cushions. Then you'll be able to go downstairs and work on it. There's things in the church that you want to put in the church. Whatever. I don't know whether not a van, what is it? They wanted to put a ramp. You work towards that. I mean, that I'm just saying. So that's it. I done talk 42 minutes, so maybe it ain't make no sense. But I'm gonna go finish watching this video, and I'll tell you if I remember. I'll link the video into this video. But the name of it is Pastor Michael Todd Members Speak Out. So y'all have a nice day. Got a nice night, because y'all see it's night, right? Can y'all see out there? Y'all see my finger? See? Good night.